It's Dana Stewart Coats and Killer Queen Vintage. Welcome to the beauty. The beauty, the treasure, the goodies, the sparkle. And a steaming hot cup of tea. Just another manic mum day. Isn't that every day when you have children? Turn that down a tiny bit. Even though it's not copyright infringement music, everyone's dead. We still don't want to get a strike. Am I early? Is this thing on? I know it takes a couple seconds for people to come in. Hello, hello, Lori. Oh, sorry, that tea is scalding. Yeah, it finally came up that I'm on. If you've never gone live before, it does that. Actually, I'm really well. Hello, Sylvia. Yeah, I didn't need a nap today, which was amazing. Hi, Christina. I sound like a 3-year-old. I didn't need a nap. Ooh, this little ring was hiding. We can't let it hide. Hi, Nikki. Hey, Deb. Don't forget the thumbs up, guys. Oh yeah, I'm totally back to myself. Much to the chagrin of everyone that enjoyed that I wasn't at myself. I was a lot quieter when I didn't have a voice. All the usual suspects. We're all here. Lizzie is not going to be in this evening. You know, she's just back from holiday. It's just too much stress. And she's in London with all the increase of COVID all over this country. I know the States, my son said it's bad there too, but there's a really high reinfection rate, or infection rate, let alone reinfection rate, here in this country. Oh gosh, that's not good to hear. Because my son's had it 3 times. His new job, I think it was a day or 2 in. There were 2 guys that he rode with. One of the drivers and people that he worked with had COVID. And my son got ill, but tested negative. I think it's just something we're going to need to live with. You know, like the cold, but it's not a cold. It's a vicious virus. And if anyone else says otherwise, I've seen firsthand what it does to people. It's wicked. I mean, I worked through, there was SARS, Ebola, nasty stuff. And this is, I've never seen anything that is so highly contagious. So God bless and keep you all safe. But my son didn't have COVID, but this other fellow did. But my son was ill for he missed 2 days of work, and of course they put him in the hotel room with the guy with COVID, but he didn't get it. I said, kid, I think you've had 3 times. You're already immune, because he had it here before they said there was a pandemic. Then he had it in the States the year he's been over there for 2 years now. The year that he went, and then he had it last summer as well. So let's hope that you get some immunity by having it. And let's face it, if you're going to get it when you might as well get it when you're 20. Rather, like if you're my age, which I'm old, I think it would really knock you on your butt. Oh, I saw him. Yeah, but I think because he had it before they said there was a pandemic, and then he had it after they said there was a pandemic, and then he had it, hey, Terry, and then he had it when there was that last horrible strain last autumn. That was the one that really, it damaged his heart and lungs. It is one wicked virus. Real created, whatever it is. It's nasty. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it's not like anything I've ever seen. And I've been on the planet for a while. Anyway, we don't want anyone to be ill, so get your proper rest. Eat well. Treat yourself well. Buy jewelry. I don't think the jewelry sparkle is going to keep COVID away, but at least you'll have something pretty to look at. It's a beautiful distraction. I don't know how we got like going into rings so much, but you guys love them, so you love them, I'll buy them. Oh, one of the viewers on jewelry armor. And I think I have to agree, even though it's more of a gray than it is. I did see Royston with the same pattern. Isn't it lovely to get jewelry? I love British jewelry because a lot of it is marked. And old jewelry. I mean, this is Edwardian and it's American. Hey, Cece. I didn't see her sleeping. But it's only marked 14. I see something else in there. Might make a liar myself. That's probably a maker's mark. Como voulez-vous? Tomatalibu. Yeah, my real nails are, you know, my acrylic nails. Not really. I'm gonna have the like, it's called Builder's Gel. Sounds like industrial. Those are going on Monday. So I just wanted to try pointy coffin, something different. They're just pop on, you know, just for today. I wear black and I wear French manicure. I'm real adventurous, not really. And every once in a while get the bug and wear something pink, or my husband loves red. Ugh. I'm sorry. I know I'm an old lady, but I think it's old lady. Hey, Sarah. Ramel, oh my gosh. I'm like looking around my desk. Well, you know, there is like bathing in other people, like with pedicures getting. But I will say the salon that I'm going to now seems very legit and very sterile. And I do appreciate that. Slow down, Deborah. We'll get there. My goodness, she's like, so. Now that I've got the camera set up, I'm going to throw some hand cream on. Oh, yes, honey. Much, much better. Thank you, thank you. Well, if you have the sound down, you won't hear me. But if you have the sound up, you'll hear me and you won't hear him. It's so nice your husband cooks. My husband ran and got the takeout. It was much appreciated. I mean, French is easy because it goes with everything. But so does the black. Oh, geez. Let's pull that back out. The blue sapphire ring. Yeah, we can start there. They're Thai sapphires. It's obviously a 3-stone. You can see their lovely quality. They're glowing through the setting. Now, I bought this from a dealer who's also a jeweler. Ew. Yeah, that's something you have to be real careful with, but I don't have to do poopy poopy diapers anymore, thank God. Closest I get is to fluff in the putty box, but that's a scoop. I tell you guys, my husband thinks that I am. They say the symptoms are simple to ingesting snake bite venom. Ew. Um, my husband thinks I'm a goddess. I only get burnt offerings. He can't cook, God bless him. But he can get takeaway, and he's fabulous at reservations, and we love him for that. Thai sapphires, center one is a carat. The two sides are 3/4 of a carat each. I forget how many points of diamonds there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of diamonds on the shoulders. 4 on either side. This ring was cast in the early 2000s, but it is an original Edwardian cast. Lady ordered it and never picked it up. So it's never been worn. It's fully hallmarked 585 and 14K. And it was made by that, I know the jeweler personally. Did I say 8? There's 2, 4. Yeah, 6, 8. This is an 8 3/4. I'll show the garnet too, honey. I'll show them all. And if there are 2 more people, I will put it for auction. And if not, I'll give a buy it now price. And it's a very good price. Oh, honey, that's true with everything. There's always someone bad dumping something evil on humanity. The most poisonous things are lies. But you know what counteracts lies are truths. So the whole top of the ring is mill grain. And that's those tiny little. It's a stunner. And I have a large sapphire solitaire. But it's a cashmere. And it doesn't match my sapphire. I have quite a few September people. I also have the pink sapphire as well. I'm not going to give a price yet, Lori, until I know there are 2 people on it. You know what I mean? If somebody else other than Jay says, you know, they're interested. Thanks, Terry. Christina, this is Bohemian, and it's not as small as I thought. I mean, in size. Now, I'll tell you about the rings too, about sizing, because I did go see Bob. This is a 6 1/4. So if you see the 6 is just over it. I don't have any ruby rings at the moment. Pyrope garnets and pink sapphires are as close as you get. You know, I think this is like later Victorian. Of course, you know, a lot of the Bohemian around 1860 or so. I'd probably put this around 1890, 1900. It's marked 900 silver. So it's probably Czechoslovakian. And it's a top faceted rose, well, top rose faceted round. We'll do a buy it now on this. 65. Yes? Okay. I see ya. Thank you. Oh no, no. I am very youthful. I have to be. No, thank you, sweetheart. I still have a youngish child. So, anytime I say, oh, Andrew, I'm old, or I feel old, or whatever. No, you don't, Mom. You're all right. You're doing great. You look great. Don't worry about it, Mom. You have to live a long time. I'm like, do I? Really? The blue topaz? Oh, it's tiny, and Bob says it can only go up 2 sizes. But isn't she a beautiful princess? It's set in 9-karat gold. I'm going to do a good price on it. I got a good price for it. I'll do a good price for it. Now, let's see if we can get it to your size. Because it's only a 5.5. And I mean, pushing it is 2. So 7.5 would be tops. It is a London blue. I would call it a London blue. It is Art Deco. So I don't know if, London blue was a thing, I'm guessing. Because I'm sure the stone is original. It's in a fabulous mounting. Oh, it's real, honey. I don't do lab created. No grandbabies, and I'm a few years older than you. It has like a subtle brush texture. To the band. It's got a nice substantial band, and that's why Bob said it can go up 2. It's a 5.5, Jay, but it can only go up 2 sizes. He said 2 max. I got yelled at. Do you know they started making lab created stones quite a while ago? I think it was in the 1940s. Until then, it was paste, which, I have some, and listen, the antique glass, the paste is more valuable than the gems many of the times because it is still an antique. And some of the colors they can't reproduce. Now, somebody take a look, because I think it was in the 1940s they started doing, actually, they started playing with gems a lot earlier than that. There are, because alexandrites were founded in the 1800s, they started taking, I think it was corundums, sapphires, and rubies, and treating them to mimic alexandrites. So anytime you have a deco alexandrite, you have to be really careful with it. But there's certain things that you look for. The color change is slow. It stays longer. There are cues. So this ring's a 5.5. It's Art Deco. It's a carat, 1 carat of princess cut London blue topaz. 1900s. See, they started playing with gems early. Trust. Now this might, London blue, I know they heat certain topaz to get them different colors. And I'm pretty sure London blue is one of them. They heat and pressure, to synthesize what happens in the earth. It's in 9 karat gold. It's 5.5. It can go to possibly a 7.5. I'm going to do it for 110. Terry, I see you, girl. What size do you need it? Are you 7? I'm waiting to hear from Terry. I don't know. Did you retract, Terry? Hang on, let's see what's going on here. So Terry's a 7. Okay, you are having it. Okay, honey. I saw you pull a message. 7 shouldn't be a problem. I'll take it in the ball. That's why I took the rings in first, because it's disappointing. I mean, for you as a buyer, and it's disappointing for me as a seller, because I don't want to sell you something that can't be sized properly. No, I haven't given a price on the Sapphire yet. What's the matter, Jay? Confusion? That runs rampant. We're all a bit confused. What's going on? You missed it up, but you won. Okay. All right. You let me know. Because if you don't, it's not a problem. I didn't see you mess up anywhere. Okay. Let's see. Nobody's come up on the Sapphire yet. blue sapphire or the pink one. Or did somebody want to see them? Just shout it out. They're out, kids. I'll show you whatever you want to see. The opal. She's a beauty. It's British hallmarked. If we can get that in. And it's also marked 9 carat. It's got 2 full sets of hallmarks. I think that is, I'll check it out, but I'm sure it's 1930. It's from the 1930s. It is a black. He is getting better, thank you. It is a black opal. The dealer that I bought the same sapphire from told me it's Lightning Ridge. It's a doublet, which means it is set with ironstone, which is a host stone. That's what opals grow in. And it definitely has all of the colors of an October sky. It's let me grab my caliper to measure it, because you know opals aren't weighed the same as other gemstone. And do you know how opals are made naturally? I mean, how they develop. While I look for my caliper, I'll let you see this. Millions of years ago, when there was more water in Australia, a good opal is beautiful. And it'll keep you entertained forever. Water got caught in the stone, and it's actually the refraction of the water that you see. It is a 6 3/4, and it's got a little finger meat behind it. Finger meat. Oh my gosh. Deb Tiny Dear. We have to give her that. She coined it. So it does have a bit of space. 6 3/4 would take it to 8 1/2, 8 3/4 pushing. I don't know. Do you have a lag? I need to start this one at 250. And I need to grab the caliper and tell you how big it is. I know I had the caliper out because I was measuring stones today. Yeah, here it is. I'm sure I measured this, but I'm sure I don't remember it. It's a 13 wide, 13 millimeters. Oh, geez, a lot longer. What's that? 15, 16. 13 by 18. 13 millimeters wide and 18 millimeters long. I need to start this at 250. And if you look up a 13 by 18 black opal doublet, now make sure it's a doublet. If there's, it was an auction, Lori, but if nobody comes in after you, then you can have it for 250. I think it's yours for 250. I don't see anybody else bidding on it. Nope. Going once, going twice. Fair warning. I'm calling it down. Now, Deborah, you know you want that sapphire. Hi, Mona Liz. But we're at 255, nonetheless. I see you, girl. I see you're putting a period in. That's usually like stop. Are you staying with that, Jay, or are you backing out? I thought you were going to retract. Lori, did you still want it? One retraction and auction. Please. Hey, Deborah. Okay, girl. I see you. Going once. Going twice. Fair warning. Sold to Lori for $250 and a size 7. It's fabulous. I haven't been able to do caca all day. I caught a bit of Thelma at one point, and I love to watch Rachel Makesy, but I didn't have time. I'll watch it tomorrow when I'm exhausted. I'll definitely have time to watch it then, Deborah. All right, we're looking naked here. We might as well show the pink beauty. Antique Edwardian. I just said I'll have time to watch it tomorrow when I'm exhausted. When I'm not getting out of bed. I get out of bed to shower and eat. That's it. 3 carat, approximately 3 carat. It's only been, the weight has been determined by measurements. So if you took it out the stone, it could be more or less. But it presents like a 3. It's bubblegum pink. It hasn't been heat treated. It has no, now this was my personal ring, so I had it thoroughly investigated. You're not going to see anything. It's eye clean, which is rare. It's just the most beautiful bubblegum pink. I can't even tell you how many sapphires I looked at. This ring has to start at 300. My brown ring jewelry box. My, oh, it almost does, doesn't it? My brown ring? Oh, the little one, the buckets. Ugh. Yeah, they're adorable. They're hard to find. This one's a 4.5, guys. This is the tiny. 2 sizes. It'll go up to a 6.5. And with the 300, that if it needs sizing, I'll cover the sizing. Because when you size up gold, you have to add gold. You can't just stretch it. It's so pretty. Like, I've honestly worn it. I know, Mona Liz, I know. But I have honestly worn it on. Just because it's at my jewelry box for years. So when that first, when people started wearing the first knuckle rings, that's every once in a while I would throw it on. If there's no interest, we'll pass. That's okay. I do not have a Parapadasha. I do have a cashmere though, so I kind of feel lucky with that. Could you imagine? There's some teeny tiny people. I would love to make it to fit you, girl. I really would. Yeah, it's from the 1800s, Deborah. And I had it remade. I'll wear it someday. Yep, that's okay, Christina. I am going to list it online, but you know, my website is coming along slowly. So it'll probably be a while before it goes up. I'm too picky. What was remade? No, that pink sapphire is original. This ring was made, the woman brought in gold and she brought in the sapphires. The jeweler added the diamonds. And if you notice, this gold's 14 karat, but it's richer. It's almost got a little pink cast to it. He said there was pink gold in with the gold. So if you notice, it's yellow and buttery, but it just has that tiny bit of pink warmth to it. Let me see if I can get the camera to pick it up. Like it looks like 22 karat. I think it's because she brought in old rings, you know, old gold. It was a higher content. Then you've got that pink, which is a tiny bit of copper. It just gives it a really special look. What did I say? 8. This is an 8 3/4. It has to start at 300. Well, start if someone bids after you. There you go. You can bid in 5s, 10s, whatever. I'm not picky. I hate when people say, "Oh, over 100, you have to bid. You have to bid in 10s or 20s or yeah." And Mona Liz doesn't play. And if I don't feel like I have to explain that it's a contract, and when you bid, it has to be paid at the end of the, you know, when I invoice. Hi, Sharon. I don't tell anybody what to do. Oh, I tell you what to do because you're a moderator. Mona loves beautiful things, whether her birthstone's an emerald. But my birthstone's an emerald too, and I'd wear a sapphire any day of the week. They're regal. I'll show you because it does fit me. Eee. We don't want to go out. We want to go out. It's not like the most flattering. There we go. Eee, look how dry my hands are. Age, baby, age. I used to have such pretty hands. Oh my goodness. Now they're crinky. Your birthstone's blue topaz. You got a beautiful ring. And I love a princess cut. Oh, who am I kidding? I love rounds. I love emerald cuts. Love emerald cut emeralds. Deb's going to go through all the stones and all the shapes. And her husband's going to have to buy her a new house to put all her jewelry in. Where are we at? 4:45, yes? Going once. Going twice. Fair warning. Sold. Enjoy it. It's beauty. Yeah, I can't believe that she did that. I mean, and he said she left her gold, her stones, everything. She never came in to claim it. And I have never worn this. I mean, I've tried it on, but I've never worn it. So the ring's never been worn. I think sometimes, oh, who knows? Ooh, God forbid. Or moved, or just said, nah, I'm not going to have it. Because I'm sure she put some money. She had to pay the deposit to get it done. Yeah, this is true. I mean, you know, I sell vintage and antique jewelry. I'm sure a lot of people that wore this are dead. Yeah, I guess she was really specific. You know, it had to be this, that, and the other. Okie dokie. Where are we going now? Listen, everybody told me, and for the year or so that I've been sourcing for my channel, I could not find uranium to save my life in a ring. And now, I think because I've bought so much like uranium necklaces and earrings and brooches and everything else, I'd love to see your work, honey. Ooh, this got fingerprints all over it. I could pull a diamond tester out. These may be, I don't know that they would put diamonds with. They call this peridot paste, but it's not peridot paste. She's uranium. And it's a large piece of uranium. We have a lot of talent in this community. It's 10 millimeters, so that's a 2 carat. It's sterling. It's marked sterling. Well, it's marked gold over sterling. So that's why if it looks like a soft gold to you, it is. It's silver, Mona, so we could go up 3 on this one. And then I'll have, if you want it silver, I'll have Bob make it more silver. If you want more gold, I'll have Bob make it gold again. It is a 5 3/4. So 7 3/4, 8 max. I can do this one for 110. When I get a good deal, you get a good deal. Let me pull out my loop. Have a take a look at those. No, they're paste. They're not diamonds. I think I would have looked before now, but I didn't. I didn't think they would do uranium paste in the center, and it's gold over sterling. I won't see it till after the auction, honey, but thank you. I'll share it with everyone if you'd like. We can share it at Jewel School. Yeah, it can go up to 2.5 sizes because it's silver. Yeah, it can go up. It's silver. I would be too. Deb says when I put stuff together, she's like, you need to get a hang tag and start tagging your jewelry. Is this a pass? Going up, that's an extreme size when you go up more than 3 sizes. And I don't know if Bob would do it because it involves cutting it off at the shank and then just putting a whole new shank in. Yeah, I don't know, honey. I don't think he would. I mean, you work with jewelry, you know. More than 3 is an extreme size. And they have to take the ring apart. It's just like when you size down a ring. A lot of times you have to take it apart and remake the ring. I mean, the ring has a lot of presence. It's a shame that it's not larger. Because, you know, it can handle a thicker finger. Exactly. And silver is soft. You know, gold is soft, but it's a lot more durable. Oh gosh, Deborah. You're making me forget. 5.5. Listen, I tell everybody, my dad used to say, I hated, because I have big hands. They're not unattractive hands, but they're big hands. And he'd say, big paws, mean big rings. Enjoy your big hands. Because my dad wore, on his smallest finger, he wore 15. On his largest finger, he wore 8. Now, hang on, and I am not kidding you. My mom still has the rings, a 21. I kid you not. On his little finger, he wore a 15. My dad was 6'6" and wore a size 16, 17 shoe. I tell you guys, I'm the puny Amazon. Yeah, he was a big Nordic looking, blonde hair, red beard, looked like a Viking. He was German, but a part of Germany that was invaded by Vikings. And he was, I'd show you pictures of my dad. My dad was a good looking guy. And I don't say that because I look like my dad. I say he would have been a pretty woman. Okay. Well, the uranium's a pass, and that's okay, fine. We'll do this poor. I this, and the only reason I'll probably, if it doesn't sell, I'm gonna replace the stone because after I got it, I noticed there was a chunk. I'm not sure. Now she's been unwell, but she told me she was feeling better a couple days ago. There's a chunk there, and there's a chunk there. But if I replace the stone, I'm going to definitely use malachite or chalcedony or chrysoprase. I love the like Wizard of Oz. He's soulful. The design, the deco design, the step deco design, and those marcasites, just love it. And me personally, I would forgive the malachite. I know. I think I'm just going to look for another stone unless somebody wants to pay 50 for it. And then you're basically buying the mounting. Because it is a fabulous Art Deco ring. And she is... And it's so funny. It has an 8 on it. Or some kind of character. I don't know. You got me. Oh, you know what that is. That's 900. That's what it is. 900. No, it's only got 2 prongs. One here and one there. And, oh, honey, thank you. Night, girl. Yeah, it's got 2, it's like tension set. With a split prong. You want it? Okie dokie. It's a 7 3/4. You want it sized up or? There's a little chip on the end and there's a chunk out of the corner. I mean, you could sand it. You could sand that out. No, 7 3/4. You can't size it up. I can have Bob size it. That's no biggie. So for the only thing I do have that will probably fit you tonight is the turquoise. An 8.5. All right, honey. Yeah, that shouldn't be a stretch. All right, thank you. Yep, the stone's going to be easy for it. That Mr. Jim at is it called Mountain Magic? Mr. Jim. They have everything, but I need to like now this one is a 10. dead on a 10. I think this was actually, and I know it's dead pawn or old pawn because it's not signed. I'm sure that once upon a time this was blackened and someone decided that they should clean it. Oh, dear God. Please, let it go black again. I do believe that it's Royston, a polished, semi-polished nugget. Because of the blue, the sky blue, and the green. It's Navajo. 50s, 1950s, 1960s. Maybe even earlier. And a size 10. And Royston, if you know turquoise, I don't have to tell you a whole lot. But I honestly, I got a really, really good deal on this because a lot of British dealers don't know turquoise well. You know what? If this stayed here and I kept it for my index finger, I would not cry. So it's a buy it now. Royston is probably one of the most expensive turquoise on the market today, if you can find it. There are 4 or 5 different mines that mine Royston. And each of the turquoises is a little bit different. Of course, you know, whatever the host rock is. It's 100 buy it now. If anyone wants it. Oh, Royston. Yes, I'm sorry. Royston's a mine. My favorite is Bisbee. But I love Royston too because I love the turquoise, the blue, and the green. Yes. Let me measure the nugget. And then, you know, I'll give you a minute for you guys to look at it and do the comps. Uh, 18 width. And I'm only measuring the stone. And 18 by 19. Types are usually named after an actual mine. Yes. And old pawn, honey, means it's usually a native piece. It was used as like currency. It wasn't made for tourists. This was probably made for someone of native origin. They're my favorite pieces. Nope, no, please. I'm not saying I'm an expert on it. I do love turquoise. But what I do know, I'll share with you. I try to teach as I show, sweetheart. Let's start the music back again. Sounds like the clock sounds eerie without it now. So if there's any interest, you can contact me. Because I did have a couple people ask me about it, but they're obviously not in. Now, this is another Navajo piece. It's Navajo design. Looks like Sleeping Beauty to me, which is usually Zuni. But I imagine it either it's not Sleeping Beauty or some Navajo tribe used it. Yep, Royston, Kingston. No, I have a 6 3/4 wrist. I wouldn't go any higher than that. And I have the cuff all the way open. I mean, it's going to fit a smaller, down to a smaller. It does to me too. This was on the tray, and I was like, I love it. You know what? I'm going to keep it. And I love it because it's got a few different kind of turquoise on it. And it's old as the hills too, with that shepherd's clip. This isn't a ton of money. It's $45. Because it's not a giant bracelet. Is it vintage? I stole it for myself, Deborah. I might get tired of it, and it'll go back on the tray. Okay. Torso. Okay. It's gorgeous. It's another piece of dead pawn. It's got, that is not a like a mark or anything. I think that's just a dimple where it was, the stone was set. Yeah, I love it. It's just, you know, I don't really always have to throw anything big on. Thanks, honey. And I have some tray rings. We might as well revisit some of them. What do we have here? What do I think that anybody... Ooh, this amethyst. I can't believe that didn't sell, that saddle. But this thing is like big. Hey, my mom is a tiny person, you know, like as in stature. She's like 5'2½", and she wears, now listen, she's got big hands. She wears a size 10 ring. She's not fat. She just has big, like sausage, short little sausage fingers, and she wears like 7.5 or an 8 wrist. I think she was meant to be bigger. And it, you know, growing up, they didn't have nutrition like we have. So she just never got as tall as she could have been. So these are the rings that are left. Yeah, I wear 6.5 on my pinky, girl. You're not like, and I wear an 8.5 to an 8, and actually, you know, ring I can wear 7.5. If it's got any kind of width to it, I need an 8, 8.5. And if it's a big band ring, I need an 8 3/4. This is a gorgeous grapey saddle. Oh yeah, my mom wore, her wedding ring was only like her, she said that's what happened after she had kids. Her feet and her hands grew. And I guess that does happen to some people. When I'm thinner, I go down to like a 7, 7.5. But, you know, I'm a chunky monkey right. This is a size 9. That is lavender jade. $50. This thing is huge, huge, huge amber and a big size. I don't know what possessed me to buy it. It's, well, because, I mean, some people have bigger fingers. It's a 9. I see you, Erica. Erica always comes in and snatches up those big rings. This one is a 9. And it's huge. I mean, like, not just finger size, but that's a chunk of amber. She just snuck in and grabbed it and ran. Stay around. This is a 9, and I've had it for a little while, so I'll do it for 70. Yeah, I know you're like me. You like the not heat treated. I know I'm not crazy about the heated either. We'll find somebody special that wants it someday, though. The lavender jade is lavender jade. It's a 7.5. Ooh, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna call it 7.5 because that's wide. And the bottom of the band hits it. It's lavender jade. It's sterling gold over, but you know, the gold's in beautiful shape. All pierced and filigree. It's 50. Sharon she's my amber queen. She always buys my amber. And this one, I didn't have much on this either. And it is, let's put the band this way so I can get an accurate. Just over a 9. We're going to call it just over a 9. This one, honey, this is Lavender Jade. This one's just over a 9. It's tanzanite and diamonds. You know, it's not a... And it's a 7.5, did I say? It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, 7.5. And it's $40. It's not, the tanzanite's not, and it's little tiny diamonds, but they're not bad. I mean, they're not by terrible tanzanites by any means. Oh, except I just put a fuzzy on it. The tanzanite. I mean, where are you seriously going to get a tanzanite for $40? Tanzanite and diamonds and sterling gold over. I see you, Sarah. I know you like it. You must be lagging, Jay. Hey, when I get black marker on my nails, it doesn't show up. Yay! It's a win-win. It's the little things in life. And this one went to Erica, yes. Who already has two giant ambers, or I know she'd have that other one too. What did I say on the lilac? Was it 50? Yes. It's a size 7.5. The ring that you bought, Jay, that ring should retail for $750, $800 any day of the week. You got a really good deal on it. Everybody in the chat knows that. I mean, she's like, oh, did I pay up? No, you did not pay up. I started it out. I mean, you've got 3.73 grams of gold. And I can do the math, and what's that? What's the sorcerer by? You mean the tanzanite? Diamonds aren't even rare. Oh, Yolanda bought the jade. Oh, fabulous. Thank you, Yolanda. I'm pretty sure you've sent your information to me, yes? And if you haven't, just can someone put my email in the chat? I'm pretty sure Yolanda has sent me her info, but if you haven't, honey, the girls will put my fine sapphires are rare. Sapphires corundum themselves are more rare than diamonds, yes, definitely. But a fine sapphire is rare, yes. And it depends on the color. Well, Deb was talking about Parapadasha, and those are pink with almost a color shift to orange. They can be stunning. The ones that you have, they're fine Thai sapphires, yes. You'll find I don't sell junky things, Jay, and if I do sell something that's lower quality than what I would rate, the price will be commensurate. The tanzanite ring, if those were, D color and, and the diamonds were huge and, it would be more money. I don't exactly know how many colors of sapphire there are. I do know that, like, just blue, I think there's a whole spectrum. It depends on where it comes from and how much chromium is actually in the stone that affects the color. I told you guys I have a cashmere. That's from the Kashmir region of Persia. They were mined out in the late 1800s. And you know how did you ever see the movie where they're picking the chalices and who is it? Which Raiders of the Lost Ark is it? Not Ark, maybe Tomb. And he says, "You chose wisely." Well, my parents bought my sister and I rings, and I chose that cashmere sapphire, and my sister chose a fabulous Colombian emerald. Mine has gone through the roof, and hers, I think, has devalued. That was in the late 80s. I don't have it with me right this second, or I would show you guys. It looks like a blue diamond. It's the color of Princess Diana's. It's the color of Ivana Trump's. It's a very lovely ring. You can have this blue box, which it came with. Yeah, my sister's devalued. It actually did. She was bummed out. She was like, I can't believe it's worth less now. Says Christina, who got probably the nicest gift box that I've ever had. We only put diamonds in those boxes. You know, it's not that they're getting cheaper. And this is a terrible thing. They're getting devalued because they're able to enhance them better. So I tell you, and I tell Deb, emeralds are a good emerald is very expensive. You want to buy an old emerald. You do not want to buy a new emerald. Yes, they've infused emeralds with oil forever. They have to. They have so much going on in the stone. I'll check later, sweetheart. It's fine. Now, I think Deb doesn't mind if I tell you that she bought the emerald. The Art Deco 12 karat gold, platinum, diamond, and Colombian emerald. Now, all the things that are going on in that stone are called the Jardin. Oh, thank you, Thelma. Deborah, I don't know, but I know that a lot of the gold was from the 1940s. And the reason you want to buy old emeralds opposed to new emeralds is they're not heat treated, they're not pressurized. They basically cook them now to make them look better than what they are. But when you buy an old emerald, what you see is what you get. And Deb's got little fingers. Otherwise, I would have kept this for myself because I definitely love emeralds. So it is a yellow gold band, but a platinum top. And it is Art Deco. She's a beauty. I guess it's one of the perks of being the mod. And my friend. She's always, well, what about this? And what's that like? And why is that better? I'm like, okay, Deb. She buys her oldest child is garnet. So she buys garnets for her oldest child. And she buys emeralds for her youngest, for her baby. And the sapphire, I bought myself. My son was due the end of September, or the 1st of October, you know, they never come when they're supposed to, except for my daughter who came on her due date. She was textbook. 240 days, she cooked, and she came out on her due date. And my first. But my son was 8 weeks early, and he was born in August. So I wanted an Opal if he was born in October. I figured the end of September, so I bought myself the Sapphire. And yeah, less than, I think, less than 7%, I think it is, of babies are born on their due date. And you know what I mean? Is it old-fashioned to wear your child's birthstone like a mother's ring? Yeah, a little bit, but it's sweet. I say my children were born in July and August, and if I wore a mother's ring, it'd look like a Christmas ring. Because my daughter's a ruby, and my son's a peridot. So, I do have a ruby ring, and I do have a peridot ring, but I wouldn't wear them together. Well, you bought a beautiful one. Yep, you're a Christmas too. But at least emerald. Come on. I mean, it wouldn't have been much better if he was in September. What do you have? Pink and red? You're not supposed to wear pink and red together? Or blue and red? You look patriotic, I guess. Which is handy because I live in England, of course, but it's still red, white, and blue. So, yeah, I can wear red, white, and blue to be patriotic here or American. Which, after being here for 10 years, I'm both. Absolutely. Okay, we are we're fresh out of rings now. We've gone through the gamut. Gambit. Yeah, I can say that. I have a couple pearls, but I don't think any. Deb's not. She's my only pearl girl, really. And I don't buy tiny pearls. I buy giant pearls. So this is something we touched on last time, this necklace. And I'm going to show it to you again. But if nobody gets it. Oh, Ceylon sapphires are beautiful too. Better? Is it okay now? Slow motion. Oh. What is going on? Back, it's okay? Oh, goodness. They started putting high speed into our house, and they haven't finished it. So hopefully, cross your fingers, guys. Next week, I'll have high speed, and we'll download better. It should process better. It's a barrel clasp. This is Art Nouveau. So late 1800s. It's in a sawtooth mounting. These are called sugar loaves. And I want you to look up a term, sapphire. Do you see how the stone is gold from behind? This is a green sapphire. Now, when you look up sapphire, you're likely to see a stone that looks brown but shines blue. This is a green sapphire. You know I'm a glass geek. It's rare glass. It's rare art glass. They stopped making it, I want to say Edwardian early deco. It was just too costly because they used gold to make it. I mean, I get it, but if nobody else gets it, then, you know, it stays with me, and I won't cry. Sapphire. Sapphirite. It's a green sapphirite. It is so rare. It is so stinking rare. And I'm lucky. My dealer thought it was satin glass. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, sure, it's satin glass. Please give it to me. But look the glass up. It's $120. And I'm going to tell you honestly, I just bought for myself a sapphirite, a brown sapphirite with the blue cast brooch. It has 4 tiny stones, and I paid 150 pounds for it. It is very rare. I see you, Sarah. Sugarloaf is how it's formed. I'm sorry, Mona was a buy it now. These are sugar loaves. How the glass is mounted. So they're Sugarloaf sapphire. Like a loaf. I knew someone would get it. Now, once I explained it, I knew you will all get it. But I still wasn't feeling well last time. If you're going to have it, yeah, I'll do it for 3 for you, Mona, sure. Do you need it sized up? Yeah, the green is, it's crazy rare. Well, all the sapphirites are rare. Yeah, I just wasn't feeling well enough. What size do you need? Do you want this sized up, Mona, or are you gonna? Yeah, what if you want to resell it? That's your business. 7 3/4. Ooh, girl. It's a 4.5. I'm gonna try. And if not, we'll, I'll ask Bob. And if he won't do it, then, you don't have to get it. Let me take it back and see if he'll do it. But I'll get in touch with you. And if he can't do it, then it's no problem. But he yelled at me today and told me 2 sizes. All right, honey. I think that's probably best because Bob's been crabby lately. He is crabby, Bob. If you're happy to take it as it is, because I know he'll only go up 2. He yelled at me today because he said he'd have to take it apart. Mona, yeah, I know. I couldn't either. I have that valued for my insurance for my VIP rider for my jewelry, and they valued it at £1,100, which is about almost $1,400. Replacement value. They do replacement value. So like for like, if you were to buy an Edwardian ring with this sapphire, it would cost you $1,400. So I think you got a very good deal. But your jeweler will have to take the stone out, and how I was explaining, they cut the shank up higher. Isn't she beautiful? She's Art Nouveau. And she's hand painted. I love her. I love her to pieces. She's hand painted porcelain. I would let her go for 70, but I can't let her go for anything less than that. She's basically hand painted miniature. I see you. Thank you, Christina. She's beautiful. I love her to pieces. She's in beautiful shape, too. I bought her from a dealer here that bought her in the States. So she's traveled from the States to here and back to the States, which happens a lot. Like all the turquoise. Or a lot of the turquoise. Unless it's Persian. I knew someone would appreciate her. She's just too pretty to sit in the tray. Well, I have a big tray of brooches. You guys have seen it. I've pulled it out before. Okay, where do we move now? Oh my goodness. Let's do an Art Deco necklace. It's a book chain. Greek key, Art Deco. These are, if you can tell, they're all Peking glass. Different colors of Peking glass. They're pin set. It's very, very early Haskell. These are glass. It's 1930s, I reckon. It's brass with gold over. It's just got a simple folded clasp. But she's gorgeous. No, it's not signed. And Ashley's seen it and she does love it. Oh, here we go. I've got a scrawny neck, so it does fit me. But saying that, I have a scrawny neck. I'm pretty sure it's a 15.5. Now, I'm not saying it's Haskell because I've never seen Haskell do that design. Pin set, yes. Book chain, yes. Book chain pin set, yes. I mean, her pieces weren't signed until the late 1940s. This is definitely 1930s. Some of them, I've authenticated Haskell for people. I mean, is the quality there? Yes. It's a 15 3/4. Greek key. I've seen a lot of Haskell books. I mean, I've seen a lot of pin set work and the Peking glass. But it's gold over. It's gold over brass. It looks so good I had it XRF'd. Yeah, as book chains evolved, I've seen Greek key. I've seen, I have a silver book chain tonight. Yeah, it's real gold over brass. It's a brass construction with gold over. But I would say it's well plated because it's 100 years old and it's still beautiful. It's 15 3/4 inches long. It's from late 1920s, early 1930s. All indications it's either a Haskell or Haskell-esque, because people ripped her off even in the 20s and 30s, ripped her designs off. She was, her designs were so beautiful and popular, her and Frank Hess's, that, she was often copied. Yeah, you could extend it. And I'll show you how. Because it goes into a folded over into a loop. You could just add extra jump rings. Frank Hess was our earliest partner. Roberts was a later. So if this wasn't her era, it, you know, it would be either hers or Hess. You tell me, you're the expert on this Roberts. I'm good at dating pieces, not always who designed them. Have I dealt with a lot of hassle? Yes. All things said, all things told. It's not signed, but it's still a fabulous piece of deco jewelry. It's 100. Let me see. I have an early Haskell pin here with her glass pearls. Let me see if I can get to it. And it's my personal piece. I wouldn't ever part with it. And the pearls are still in fabulous shape. Thank you. I know a lot of people that do wear brooches in their hair. I mean, if you pull your hair up and pin it through your hair, why not? The old C clasp, you'd want to be sure that it was secure. You wouldn't want it to come loose. That's where I think the rollover clasp are a little bit more secure. And rollover clasp are a lot earlier than people realize. They used a rollover since the 30s. I hate when people pick up something with a rollover and they just dismiss it and say, "Oh, that's 1950s." Not always. Clasp are a funny thing. Like, people see trombone and think 1920s. When really, they started using trombone clasp in the 1880s. You know, class, and they still use trombone clasp. I have 2 Haskell books, and I'll have to dig them out. Yeah, I do. I am partial to a trombone. I think they're cool. So we will move on this piece. The right person will come along for it someday. I think her name's Javon, but she's on holiday. Let's see. What are we going to do? Yeah, she is on this holiday with her family. God bless her. I'm so happy that she's doing it. But they're keeping her busy. She's constantly hopping concerts, this, dinners, antique fairs. She's having a wonderful time. She needs a good break. That lady works like no one I know. Oh gosh, I'm gonna need to weigh this one again. I think it's 64 grams. I bet she brought a lot with her. I knew she was taking a lot of like costume things that she doesn't really wear, that she had just bought, like thrifting or, you know, wherever she bought it. And she was gifting it. I don't know if we're ready to sell another book chain, but I can't pass them up. I'm going to call it 63 grams with the locket. Now this one, this double seashell, that's usually Georgian. And you know how Georgian, Victorian, Edwardian, those are all British rulers' reigns and the time period that they ruled. That's very indicative of Georgian, but that's not to say that they didn't use it later. Because I honestly think this is late Victorian, early Edwardian. Now, each one of these panels is a little bit different, so that's all hand chased. It's 18.5 inches long. Solid sterling. Single-sided. It's just a plain band on the back. It's hallmarked and purity stamped. I've had it XRF'd. It is sterling. And did I bring up, oh, well, here we do, we'll open it. And it's 300. It's a beautiful piece, but it's a big piece. Nikki. Nikki the climbing monkey. Going once, going twice. Sold back to me. I don't have one myself. I'm sure I'll list it. It's fabulous. But it's a big statement. I mean, online I could sell it for double. But you guys get first crack at it. I don't think I have any Niger people here tonight, but I'm going to show this for posterity. Cobalt glass, also made with gold. Oh, one of the crowns is bent. It was 100 years old. Lotus blossom. Oh, Lori does like Niger. It is so long, I've got to double it. Especially with that short bust. I can't stress. Oh, my tea mug looks nasty. Cobalt, also made with gold. And cobalt. That's okay, Deborah. It's a Niger early Egyptian revival. 1920s. And I won't sell it for anything less than $250. Aw. You gotta be grandma first, honey. They just grow so fast. I mean, I'm not a grandma, but I know with my own children. Oh, geez. It's heavy and long. And I had to share it with you guys. I'm sorry, Deborah. She's a beauty. I'm sure someone will reach out to me. I'm not worried about that. Let's see. I'm gonna do some pendants. And then we'll do some uranium. Have to do some uranium. I'm trying not to tangle here. Don't tangle. Here we go. We're all right. I have to look back. No, they're not Bristol. They're almost a Bristol. Bristol is a little bit deeper. It's also a cobalt glass, but let me grab a piece of Bristol so you can see the difference. No, that's Czech cobalt, honey. Oh, hang on while I grab out some Bristol. I know I have. What the heck's my piece with the pearls at? I'll grab these. This is antique Bristol. Now I gotta grab the Niger again. Bristol looks like Vicks, like Vicks jars. Vicks blue. The old Vicks blue. The color of a Vicks jar when we were kids. And you can see the Niger is much brighter. Yeah, a full jar of Vicks. Put Vicks on it. Cures everything. This is 1800, yes. It's a bright, beautiful cobalt blue. Czechoslovakian blue is. I love the Bristol. And especially that's old glass. Oh God, and I put these in my lap. Oh, I'm dangerous. Give me a second to. It's every family's go-to. Deb and I were talking about how our families put Vicks on everything. Got a bug bite? Put Vicks on it. Have a chest cold? Got to wrap up with Vicks. I need to separate these by age. It'll be easier. I love this old music. Goofy. What, honey? What are you trying to spell? I mean, I think it is pretty much all-purpose stuff. Is Vicks. I'm gonna show you rolled gold first. God, I'm gonna trip over my own tongue. I have 3 gorgeous pieces. This pendant is 9 carats, but it is fine. It's delicate, but it's on a rolled gold chain. So I'm going to show it to you with the rolled gold pieces. But the pendant itself is actually 9 carat. Oh yeah, my sister's a mortician. They still use Vicks when they get the stinkers. This is Art Nouveau. And I'm going to come in close because it's French guilloche enamel. That's the machined pattern. And then the enamel is glass. The pendant is 9 carat, but it's on a rolled gold chain. It's likely French. Because this is 9 carat and Art Nouveau, it's the most expensive. This one is $90. You see, I got stuck by my rose bush today. Roll gold, double-sided photo, original photos, Victorian, rolled gold chain. Is it a pin set clasp on this one? No, it's a spring ring. This one is $60. A roll gold heart, and this heart is American. I'm pretty sure, let me open it up. I'm pretty sure this is the American one. Let me get a pin, because I can never get these things open. There we go. Yep. The pin set barrel, and a photo locket, but no photo. And this one is $75. The heart and the photo locket are $75. But I thought it was so cool to have an American Victorian heart here. No, it's all right, honey. Don't worry. That's how they came. So who am I to separate them? They came together. No photos in any of them. Which I think is kind of cool to inherit old photos, but you can also make your own memories. No, if it would magnify, it would likely be rock crystal, because they made many of these out of rock crystal. No, it's not a monocle. Here, let me show you. I did take it apart to clean it. So this unscrews. This just slides open. And there are two pieces of glass or crystal. And you can put photos or a lock of hair. And then you put it back together and just put it in a little cage and put it back together. Why they don't still make them, I don't know. I guess maybe it's not cool to wear photos, or, you know, not really the done thing that people wear photos or locks of hair, which I don't know why not. I think whatever you like to do is cool. Yeah, I didn't have 3 of them when your aunt passed away. Or I would have suggested these rather than a locket. Well, I mean, I wanted to do something for your mom anyway. I know how hard your family took it. And then it goes back together that easily. We want to be careful with that zoom in, zoom out, because we know what happens. All right. Oh, I have silver ones too. Dwee. Silver pendants. Art Deco, manganese. I'll show you guys when we have a proper light show, which isn't too far off. Christina asked me what time it is. I'm 5 hours ahead of you. It's chrome, Deborah. It's chromed. It's probably Let me see. Maybe it's silver and chromed because it's not magnetic at all. But it's definitely chromed. Or rhodium. Of course, this is tangled. Tangled. We don't want tangles. Eee. Well, I'll untangle them, but I'm going to show you the Art Nouveau. Garnets, sterling, Art Deco, chrome, sterling chain, beautiful cornflower pendant. Oh gosh. 55, 70, and 75. I'm going to set these down. That needs turned over. And we might as well pull out the uranium. Hang on to your skirts, girls and guys, because I know Ramel's here lurking somewhere. This one's fabulous. You already can see the green glow. You know it. It's Bohemian. And this one's check. It's Bohemian and check foil. Hang on. This is the lesser of the evils. Let me throw this one up so you can see the glow on it. And then, where's the crystal one I had? Oh, and I have pools of light too. Oh. And I just got, just made a deal for 2 Art Deco pools of light pendants. I'll have them next week. Where the heck is that manganese crystal at? Oh God, you can hear them screaming outside. Today, the chicks, the ones I call the Dixie chickens, took their first flight, and the parents have been on the rooftop screaming all day. Oh, hey, Nikki. I didn't know you were gone. I'm going to show the pools first before I turn the lights off, because once we do the light show, you know. Yeah, the Dixie chickens. That's what I call these 2 babies that live on the roof closest to me. These are the shortest, but they do have a spring ring. And they're just at 16 inches. No, the parents are still out there screaming for the babies. These, I don't know if you can tell, they're lavender. They're just a really pale lavender pool of light. And these are smaller. I normally do these for 70 or 75. I'm going to do this strand for 50. It is lavender. It's just a very pale lavender. And they're still check pools of light. I knew you would, Source. But wait. Hang on. Hold on to your britches. I don't know if you saw them in the preview. These ones are beautiful and they are cornflower. What do you call it? Blurple? They are almost 18 inches. Tiny shy. But they're a much larger bead. And they're 70. And they have the old funky spring ring. Yeah, they're glass. They are glass and they're leaded. You know how the Czech love to copy everything? When everybody got on the bandwagon, yes, they are both glass. But they're leaded. I mean, these are almost all the same size. These are graduated. If you want to change your mind, you can. I love them in every color. In every color I can get them any color I can get them in, I buy them. Yep, they're leaded glass, and it's the Czech copied pools of light. So they made pools of light, or these glass handmade glass orbs. Every orb is just a little bit different. They're all hand formed. I knew you would. and Deb's gonna go for those lavender. Now she's gonna say, "Can you get them longer?" Oh, I knew. All right, Deb purple. The blue. Deb, I pulled your that rhubarb glass you want. I'll send with your order. Oh, of course, it's not a show if I don't get a marker on my hand. Now, this is Atlas glass, satin glass, rhubarb glass. Not rock crystal, it's leaded glass crystal, yes. Oh, darn. Okay, there we go. I blinked. Now, where's my selenite at? I have a big selenite crystal. Oh, now, if you wanted to see rock crystal, honey, you know I've got a ton of it here. You wouldn't have to ask twice. And I keep buying more. I bought more today. I'm going to have a rock crystal-a-thon or something. I don't know. Deb says she's addicted to it. I'm worse. Oh, no worries, Deborah. Get yourself to sleep. Congratulations on your beautiful sapphire. Deborah J. Oh, what am I doing here? Deb and G. I could get you addicted to worse things, but I don't drink or do drugs, so, you know. I do like, well, I have to take pain medication and, you know, as needed, but, like, I don't like to have to take it. I'd be happier not to. Yeah, oh, she'll be back with us next week. I miss her too. All right, guys. Off go the lights. Boom, boom. Out go the lights. So, these are the manganese. That's that pendant. That's the Rosalind. That's the foil and the Bohemian. And these are those fabulous Art Deco bicones. Dear God, if you get too close, I know. You can't get too close to it. I know. Well, some of them are crazy money, but I mean, they have to be. mean, I guess they wouldn't have to be if they weren't so darn expensive, but that is the sadness. The least. Oh, we need more light on. $55 on the pendant. $65 on the crystal. On the manganese crystal. $65 on the Bohemian and foil. Best price I've ever given on Rosalind because it's not a really long strand. Let me measure it for you. I've got to go see what Fluff is huffing and puffing about. $16 inches. 16 inches on this one, graduated. $16 inches, 160. That's 160 is the low as I can go on that. This one's 250. The bicones are 250. And I'll be right back. I need to see what Fluff's carrying on about. What's the matter, Fluff? Hmm? What's wrong? Hmm? What's wrong? What are you doing, Dixie Chicken? Hello. Go home. Oh my goodness. Well, I found out what Fluff was carrying on about. The Dixie chickens that I threw slugs and snails to was on our front step. I had a baby seagull at my door. Well, through this drought, I've gave them water every day. And fed them slugs and snails. I wanted them to learn healthier eating habits. Our gulls are terrible here. They're criminals. The last time my husband and I ate out and had an ice cream cone, they attacked his. So I wanted them to learn to eat healthier. So I threw them slugs and snails. It's on my front step. I wish I could take the camera down and take you out and show you guys. You won't believe it. If you listen, you'll hear Fluff screaming at, I guess. Well, it's here, and if anyone's interested in it, you can always email me. Or if you have me on Facebook, message me. They're rare, so I'm not going to cry. I've sold so many rare strands of it. I need to really start keeping some more for myself. I need to sell some, but I also need to keep some. It is getting increasingly harder to find them. And I've never seen that twisted bicone. Never once. And I've seen a lot of uranium. Try and find it. I couldn't. This is the very first time I've ever seen it. It's like a bicone that's been twisted. And these don't even need. They do charge. Aw, Night Sarsar. Yeah, I'm kind of pooped too, guys. I need to get a hold of my baby and see what he's doing. I want to thank you all for coming in. And thank you all for your bids and your patience and your questions. And your purchases. Good night, honey. I will see you all some point through the week. I'd like to, now that I'm feeling better, come back and do more hauls. Maybe take you guys shopping. Definitely for at least one day out in the week. I've got to get out. Good night, Lori. Thank you. Good night, Christina. Thank you. Good night, Mona Liz. Timeless Deborah. Miss Thelma. Nikki. Soulful. Did I say Mona? Mona, of course. You guys are wonderful to each other, and you're the best to me. Thank you so much. See y'all soon.